Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Darkest Dungeon 2. My name is Britishbrat, and today I'm doing a little bit of a poet-focused build. So I haven't run Poet Leper in a while. We've been running a lot of Tempest, but we started off with just this amazing set of trinkets that we have here. So I've got myself a Poet Leper here with Calibrating Sensor and Clenching Claws. This is going to give us a couple benefits here. One of the biggest things with Poet Leper is you definitely don't want him getting moved. He has a really high move resist base because of the additional 50% from this, but this also just gives him the ability to immobilize himself, which is really, really nice. And then Calibrating Sensor, and also the other thing here is that he basically gets the Jinx. Now, the other thing is with Calibrating Sensor, I don't really care about the strength, but I do enjoy the block tokens. This allows us to generate a lot of block every time he gets hit. It just makes it a lot harder for him to be killed, including the fact that he does get the additional healing received on Solemnity, and when upgraded, it's 75% when upgraded, which is crazy. So he has his own stress mitigation, his own healing taken care of, which is cool. So then I've got myself an Intermezzo Jester. I was going to go Wanderer here, but basically, I realized I want him to be doing damage and then sometimes moving people around. And that movement is really just to allow us to get the Jester or somebody back in position if we need to. This may change, but the bleed can actually be beneficial for us in some cases. And that's also one of the reasons we're running Runaway, which I'm actually going to swap one of her abilities here. So Runaway has Cauterize. This gives us a nice secondary heal, especially with Mezzo. We can actually focus the healing a little bit more. We can actually go, I want to bleed somebody, and try to use that to our advantage. We've got ourselves Firefly, Dragonfly, Run and Hide. We're going to be relying a lot on Blind. And before we get too far, we are on Act 4. So I have the Jester and the Runaway here because I really want to try seeing how effective Blind can be in that fight. I tend to rely very heavily on Highwayman and like Duelist, or who else is really good? Like Bellow, the old Bellow from Mana Arms was a really good thing for that fight as well, just because I was really stuck on the idea of token mitigation. So for this, I'm going to lean less into token mitigation and more into just disruption, more just trying to get rid of the enemy's ability to see, constantly keeping them blind and seeing if we can at least use that to our advantage. Now, I do have a favorite toy tough choice memoried Alchemist here. She's definitely going to be our crutch. She has really good resist. We also rolled Skeleton Sight and Greater Hail Drought, so her health has kind of been negated. But the big thing here is that she does have really high resists, and every time she resists, she's going to stress heal. Because stress heal is easily the biggest thing we're going to struggle with this team. Mostly because of the fact that Jester on Mezzo loses out on his kind of more potent Inspiring Tune. You can get an AoE -2 stress heal with this if everybody's bleeding. And you can actually get a stress heal of -1 without a threshold if everybody's bleeding. So the bleeding can actually be beneficial for us here. And we do have a way to remove the bleed, which is really important for a team like this, and multiple ways to remove the bleed, actually. So as far as how we're going to start off here, we're actually going to go for a Region 1 lair. I'll talk about that a bit more in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and grab the Unnatural Owl. And the reason is we're starting with Tea-Service and Work Table Loom. These are both luxury gear items. I can go ahead and buy Merchant's Guild Seal, which is another luxury gear item. We can toss all of these on. And that's going to give us immediately a very strong stress mitigation. Oh, wait. No, not Owl. Not Owl. Oh, no. I meant to grab Wolf Cub. I don't normally save Scum. Will it be okay? Or will it have saved the purchase? Okay. What I meant to say was Orphan Wolf Cub, not Owl. I'm going to keep that blooper in. So we're going to go ahead and put the Wolf Cub on, get Tea-Service, Work Table Loom, and then also grab the Merchant's Guild Seal. So that way we get the benefit of the plus 5% stress resist on each luxury gear item, which we have quite a few. So this gives us plus 15% stress resist. And then we're going to go to the, if I can figure out where we're going here. We're going to go to, that was a bad start, I'm sorry. I had this all prepared in my head, and then I ended up doing that anyway. We're going to go for an early lair. This team can actually take on the general fairly effectively. And we also get Trinket Organizer out of it. I don't really care that much about the trinkets. I mean, I do. They're very nice. But I also do really care about getting the luxury gear, which is really nice. The other thing is we get Heat Wave. If you guys didn't know this, I talk about this a lot. But the negative effect, if it can affect enemies, will also affect enemies. So in this case, Praise Sun won't do anything for enemies. But this will give enemies a -20% reduction in their burn resist. Now, if it's a positive one, like say thick mud that gives you move resist, it also gives enemies move resist. So do keep that in mind. I have had that happen quite a lot where I'm like, why are they resisting move or whatever so often? And it's because, you know, thick mud or whatever the case is. So I actually don't normally recommend using relationship items early on, but one thing I do want to do is ensure that we get this low speed proc on the Leper as much as possible. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and use the pipeweed on him just to give him that reduced speed. Using that on the Jester was maybe not the smartest idea, I suppose. But alas, it's okay. And then normally I'd use apples and cheese on him, on the Leper, for the reduction in debuff resist, or the increase in debuff resist, but I don't really care about him actually being able to land any damage. I just care about him being able to use Intimidate as much as possible. So, some things we want to take a look at here. We're definitely going to take the Clotting Poultice, because of the fact that we want as many of these as possible for the final fight. And then I want to take a look at grabbing some throwables, if I have any. We only have 2, and they are quite expensive throwables. So as far as trinkets, there's nothing here I can realistically buy that's going to get me much. I will grab the laudanum. This is going to be good. And I will grab the bandages. These are both going to be good as well. So then I guess I'll just go ahead and grab... Do I want these throwables? These throwables are expensive, and I don't know if they're really that great. Maybe we just go focus on some relationship items. Yeah, let's do that. We'll focus on getting some relationship items. And then we need to figure out what we're going to go ahead and master here. So I am tempted to take Plague Grenade. It's going to give us a lot of additional damage early on, which is really, really nice. I don't really need the upgraded Fade to Black that much. We could upgrade Solemnity for the additional heal. We could upgrade Now, I might just take Break if we're going for the Tangle, because Break is going to allow us to eat through a lot of the guard very easily. We don't need the Bash Immobilize that much, just because of the fact that he kind of immobilizes himself right now. So I don't really care about the Blind ignoring that much. So I think maybe we just focus on some damage. Let's go ahead and upgrade Plague Grenade, and we'll upgrade... Smoke Screen. Double Blind and Vulnerable is going to be very good for us. We'll go ahead and take that. So then let's go ahead and toss on these, and then let's go to the Tangle and see how we fare. No relationships, of course. Early Lair is definitely dangerous, but I think it's worth it. We'll see if it pans out for us. All right. And it's pretty early on. We do get a cache before it, which is beneficial in my opinion. We could get a really good trinket before we even get in there, so we should definitely take advantage of that. We have a barricade fight, which could be hit or miss. This will allow us to kind of feel out our team a bit more than the Valley fight. The Valley fight gives you that kind of initial feel, which is really good, but the fights later on will definitely be the better test of if this team is viable or not. And if it's not viable, then you probably won't be watching this video, and then... This is all just for naught. Okay, this is decent. Do we have anything that Armor Key is actually going to take advantage of? Serrated... No, none of these are considered armor or weapons. Armor Key is one of those weird ones that is actually quite potent. A lot of people kind of discredit it. I totally understand why they do. But I think for an early trinket, it can be very good. But of course, you do have to have something to go with it. And that's the hard part, right? It's the something to go with it part. Now, we are taking a team that doesn't have great stress mitigation into a very high stress fight. We're going to have to definitely hope that we get a lot of... Wow, this is a rare match. Okay, so triple Arbalest. Thankfully, there's no drummer with this. But triple Arbalest is definitely not on my list of things I'm looking forward to here. We'll go ahead and get some blinds going here. That's going to be advantageous for us. Try to mitigate some of the damage that way, and then we're just going to lean right into some of that blight damage immediately. Of course, we're not going to land that. We're not going to use that bandage quite yet. Let's go ahead and just intimidate. We're probably going to miss, but that's okay if we do. We just want those taunts going on to him. And the miss is okay. I mean, the strength token on him is never a bad thing. It's just that we're really not going to get much value out of it. There's a miss. Okay, so we did get one miss out of it. Unfortunately, we didn't get all of that going for us, but that's okay. So now we can go ahead and... I don't want her ending up in rank 2 very often. It's definitely plausible with this team. I don't think it's the best option for us, though. And of course, I mean, we can just jump forward here. That's totally viable as well. And we can use this to spread the burn as well. Those combos are going to be less used by the Leper and more used by my Runaway than anybody else. How much damage here? 5 damage, so that one is dead. Lots of crits coming out of her. Does she have something, like, deadly, or... No, just higher crit chance, I suppose. Go ahead and withstand here. Get the damage into him.
A deliberate and methodical appliance of harm.
So I can definitely already feel that this team is going to work fairly well. I do think the stress is definitely our biggest issue right now. But that's nothing we can't handle. So I'm going to go ahead and just go for the damage here. He's blind. Realistically, I'm just going to take the Cauterize. Hopefully we can use this as a way to keep ourselves as topped off as possible before the next fight. And then Purge won't do much. Intimidate. I mean, Weakness is definitely helpful. And he might just miss, so... There you go. The blind can be a very, very potent thing to have on your side. A lot of blind goes a long way.
We are the flame.
Definitely glad we upgraded Plague Grenade early on. We want that damage going into the General, because the General is definitely a damage fight. Damage race, I would say. There's kind of a... You know, if you're halfway through, or you're like 5 rounds into it, and you haven't done half of his health yet, and you're struggling with doing that amount of damage, I think you're probably going to struggle with that fight overall. I don't need the Glimmers here. We're high enough Torchlight. Nothing crazy should happen in the meantime, so... I could go for the blind here, but really the early damage is just so beneficial for us. And again, we could just kind of use Intimidate here. Get some weakness going. And might be able to just kill one of these guys right out. Yeah, so we got one of them dead immediately, so that's really strong for us. We'll go ahead and just try to blind one of the guys up front here. Again, that's just a whole swing and a miss. A whole bunch of damage that never made it into him. Calibrating Sensor here, just keeping him up with all of this, these block tokens. So now Piercing Bolt, obviously negating a lot of our block here, but that's okay. Go ahead and blind. Just gonna make sure this guy ends up dead, and then we'll go ahead and move ourselves forward here. Withstand. We're going to force as much damage into him. Poet is all about just taking every ounce of damage that he can take. He has the ability to resist a lot of the damage, and he can heal himself up for just crazy amounts of health. So, realistically, you want all of it going into him. You really don't want to spread that out very much. We can see we're definitely keeping the blind going here. I'm going to go ahead and use this here, because I don't know... Well, actually, she's in rank 2, so she's not going to be able to do much here. We keep the Intimidate going. A lot of debuff tokens here. You know, all of this like damage that we're mitigating is just really, really good. Oh, I didn't take off Ransack? Oh, you know what? I didn't take it off because of the fact that I did take it off, but then we safe scummed, which I never do. But in this case, I actually wanted to make a video that was viable and not just a silly video that ended up dying in the first 10 minutes. So, okay, we'll have to deal about Dragonfly. That's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world at all. It's just not exactly what we were hoping for. Dragonfly would definitely be a better option at this point.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Unfortunate crit, but we are resisting so much stress here, which is really nice to see. And I guess we just get kills here. He's not bleeding. You know what I could do? I don't think I can, right? I can't Battle Ballad him. So my thinking was that I could try to bleed him with one of these skills, and then she could heal, but the only one I can use would be Play Out. It would bleed him, and then she wouldn't be able to use Cauterize anymore. So, really doesn't make a difference. We just go for the kills here, I think. If we can, which I can't right now. Not on her, at least. She can't hit rank 1, but we do have enough tokens there to put down a small army.
A righteous action.
Go ahead and advance here. Now, as far as Collector goes, probably not going to try to spawn in Collector. This is an interesting match. Most like... Oh, interesting. I was about to say, you know, I think they've definitely changed the amount of times he uses defensive formation. Because it definitely always seemed to me that he used to only use defensive formation if there wasn't somebody else he could use an ability on. Now it seems that is no longer the case, because I was expecting a volley there. We did not get it. I'm very happy to not see a volley. I'm actually going to go ahead and blind the bishop. Bishop here is actually... Oh, well, I was going to try and blind the bishop. In fact, I shall probably continue to try. I'm actually going to reduce the stress here. 4 stress is annoying. The bishop has some very irritating skills that cause a good amount of stress, like so. And it's not something I really want... I'm not super keen on having. But alas, he was able to pull them off anyway. Go ahead and Intimidate, get that weakness going there. Probably should have put the Intimidate on the soldier, or the foot soldier, yeah, but oh well. Another defensive formation. So that means no order volley, which I'm all about. Order volley is not something I care to see on my docket very often. Bishop is now dead, which is fantastic. I'm going to cauterize. This isn't going to do much. The only thing this is going to do is potentially burn somebody. We'll just go for the cauterize. Just keep him topped off. It's going to be good for us. Now, Jester can reduce his own stress and bleed himself, which we can use as a heal, so I'm not super worried about that. And then, again, I think we just go ahead. We'll Intimidate here. Does he have no cooldown on this now? Is the cooldown removed? No, it's 2 cooldown. Ah, it's actually got a long cooldown. Okay. That's good to know. See, this is where I wish I had... we're immobilized there, so we'll just go ahead and use Ransack, try to pull him forward. Ah, okay, well. I don't want Death Before Dishonor. But defensive formation actually has caused us some problems in that department now. It's going to be particularly difficult to not have that be something that happens. We'll have to hope that we resist a lot of that stress. I mean, it's not the end of the world if we get hit by it. It's 2 stress. Well, we're going to get hit by it. But the, yeah, defensive formation really threw us for a loop there, huh? Can't move him. I don't think there's anything I can realistically do here. But just go ahead and... maybe give somebody dodge and hope that they... Well, I don't think you can actually dodge that ability either, so... No, it's non-dodgeable. Oh, we had 1 person resist the stress. That's a bit unfortunate. Stone Mount is good. Safety of Slumber is very good for the final fight. And Footman's Grog is also very good. So this is a great haul for us early on. And we'll go ahead and take it. Now, the lowered speed is, you know, it can be very detrimental. We've got to be cautious about that if we decide to put the trophy on early, but for the final fight, I think it's going to be pretty dang good for us. We have plenty of opportunities to get our speed up in the meantime. This is really just going to be a fight of... lots of play grenades, and lots... Wow, it's a crit 7 on that. Lots of play grenades and lots of intimidates for sure. Get that miss out of the way. Again, one of the few attacks, or maybe the only attack in the game, that can actually cause other people stress even when it misses the intended target, which I've always found to be an interesting thing that it does. So we'll go ahead, we'll run and hide here. Not that that's really going to do much for us, but, you know, that's fine. Plague Doctor is pretty much going to be the one who does all the damage here in this situation. We're basically waiting for him to get immobilized as well. It's something we kind of want to have happen. Of course, it crits as well. It did get some stress resist there, which is good. Go ahead and intimidate the back rank here. You guys don't know how this fight works. Basically, you want to hit the taproot twice every round. That's going to completely negate the root effect. What it will also cause to happen, though, is the Stirring Soil. When this gets tapped twice, he does Stirring Soil, and that is what gives the big attack, the one that comes out of the... does a lot of damage and it bleeds and all that fun stuff. But it's less potent than being hit by Nightmare, so in general, I just consider it the better option. Did he resist that Blight? Unfair. Unfair, coach. He's already blinded. Go ahead and move up here. That's unfortunate. We're gonna let Jester get hit by that, which is maybe not the best thing for us to let happen, but hopefully he resists some of the stress. We'll see. Yeah, that was a big hit, but they both resisted the stress from that. We can actually bleed heal them. Runaway's not doing much anyway, so healing some of that bleed will be very good for us, so we can definitely take advantage of that. Leper, I'm not super worried about. He'll figure it out. Now, we are resisting so much stress, which is very, very good. Let's actually go ahead and we'll heal there, and then... Oh, that was actually the wrong call. But it's okay.
Relief comes rarely.
I saw that bandage, and I was like, that is the thing I need to be using in this situation. Even though I just said, like, the opposite of that, but alas, here we are. Like I said, pretty much all of our damage is going to come from our Plague Doctor. Hoping that, really was hoping that these blinds would stick more, but that's the thing about blind, is you need the blind to stick, and B, then you need the blind to, like, work. You need it to proc, which is the harder thing, I think, to do. We're gonna jump forward here. We'll let Runaway eat this one for sure, and then we'll just slap on some more blight here.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Wow, 30 damage on that. That's really cool. Not particularly great. Go ahead and give her some speed. Well, she has to be on death's door for that speed, so I guess it's not really doing much, but... Oh, Leper's going to melt down here. See, now a meltdown is actually kind of a problem for us, because it does basically remove all of his health, so that's an issue. I wasn't really expecting us to get a meltdown this early, if I'm being entirely honest. But if there was any fight that it was going to happen on, it was going to be this one, so I guess I can't be too surprised. So this is a question of, do I go ahead and Solemnity here? Probably. We're down pretty good. Creeping Growth thankfully didn't hit on Leper, which is really what we were hoping it wouldn't do. We do have Immobilize here, so at this point, I think we just go ahead and start getting some damage in here. So the meltdown is unfortunate, that's for sure. We definitely was not wanting a meltdown to happen. I was hoping we would resist enough of that stress, but 30 crits and all that fun stuff definitely doesn't help. Go ahead and pull off one of the roots so we don't just immediately get murdered here. Get nightmared into oblivion. Okay. Again, we're getting lucky with the growth here. Wouldn't normally recommend playing it this way, but... Ooh, we're about to get hit with Waking Dead. Thankfully, that was a weakened Waking Dead. That definitely helped us out a lot. And these bandages have also helped us out immensely, so I'm happy for that. Let's just do some damage. Alright, he is now dead, and then we will get a heal here on somebody. Just to make everybody feel a little better. One meltdown on a Region 1... you know what? We're really lucky with the turn order here, because that actually could have been more meltdowns. But we'll just get the kill here. Glad that didn't happen, because using the Whisperers or whatever would have caused some problems. not shabby at all. Now, Stone Mount with Calibrating Sensor could be very strong, but I think this is generally just a stronger option. So, I mean, we just give somebody Strong Mount. Actually, I don't think really either of those guys realistically get too much out of it. We definitely get some value out of that. Yeah, none of these are weapons or anything still, so not anything great there. Let's go just sort my items here. And let's check our combat items, be able to put in what we need where we need it. Don't really have any use for that, but that's okay. So, we are 2 fights in, and we have already gotten ourselves our lair trophy, so that's a really good place to be in. Used to be a lot riskier doing this. We definitely would have opened ourselves up to a collector at this point, but that is no longer the case. The game doesn't work that way, so I don't really have to worry about collector right now. And we are thankfully resisting a lot of stress. Again, I knew stress would be a problem with this team from the get-go. That was a particularly rough fight to try and take with a team that doesn't have great stress healing. This one, they both enjoy the outcome. I think we can take 5 torch for sure. We have some glimmers. Increase our relationships. Poultice, stitching kit, not items I would be like amazed to pick up, but you know, they're items nonetheless. We do have a hospital coming up with a assistance encounter. I think our torchlight is okay, so let's go for the fight. This isn't going to cause anybody to freak out immediately, which is good. A little bit, another resistor, which is fantastic. We want as many of those as we can get. Again, let's double check our combat items. Okay. Always be checking your combat items. Never assume you have what you need on you, because a lot of times where I think I have it, I don't have it, and it's a problem. Okay, again, double dog here, whatever these guys are called, mongrels. It's not my favorite thing to see. One of them will attack, one of them will watchdog, and it just causes problems. You kind of need to kill one very quickly in order to counteract the like the constant watchdog effect, which is good. Okay. He's also basically, that guy is made for that attack, which I love. Let's see. I'm gonna ransack here. This is gonna pull her into position, and then Jester can now get some stress heals, which is fine by me. We'll go ahead and increase our torchlight. We can use this to heal 3 total stress here, which is good. Yeah. And then we can heal a little bit of bleed there. Wow, okay. Yeah, that hurt a relationship, I see. Not a super big fan of that, but it is what it is. Okay. We need to get kills here.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Again, yeah, stress definitely gonna be the thing that does it, if anything does it. Get a nice heal there. Nobody else can actually heal from this, so and we'll just remove the mongrel from the game, which is advantageous for us. I said we could get a nice heal here. This one's dead, but I think we just go for it. Go for the damage. You can pretty much heal all of that, so I'm not super fussed about it. It's a crit heal on top of that, so that's excellent. Good miss. Get Intimidate going, just to get that taunt, so the mongrel will go for him.
Incremental, but deadly all the same.
And now I'll go ahead. Oh no, actually I shouldn't have done that. I wanted the Jester in position to be able to stress heal. Trying to think too many steps ahead and actually causing myself problems in the process. But that's okay. We should maybe get another chance at a heal here. We won't. Okay. Yeah, can't heal. We'll go ahead and cauterize just to oh, another crit. Cauterize, love that. Yeah, I should have gone for a stress heal, but alas, we didn't.
In crisis, no gain is insignificant.
All right, moving on to another fight here, then a hospital. We're doing on mastery points. We should have one, right? Yeah.
Of mind and spirit
We have a mastery point, which is good.
The poor devils
Would like more, but you know, we take what we can get. So we'll take the blind here. It's gonna hurt relationships, but give and take. This guy is probably our biggest threat. I'm gonna be totally honest. In the back here, just because again he deals so much stress. With moves like Purge the Unworthy. I mean, it's a 2 stress hit. That's already a big stress hit for us, so we don't really care for seeing that. And 5 damage on that is pretty nutty. Alright, so that's pretty much them out of commission. Not really, but go ahead. Put the Intimidate there. I could go for the break and get rid of the block, but we want the damage forced into him. We can ransack here. That will keep her in position. I still haven't actually swapped position or swapped abilities yet, have I? I guess the benefit with this is I could like then do another, like if I had the ability to remove that cooldown, I could then do another heal into a double bleed heal, right? But like a double, like a stress heal that heals 2 because of the bleed, but I have to take a look at what the upgraded version of that ability does, because honestly, I can't really think about what the what Mezzo Inspiring Tune does when upgraded. Let's see what you got. Oh, okay. I can only get the heal when the target is just bleeding when it's upgraded. Okay. This is good information to know. I kind of just assumed it worked like that. It does not. Now we are learning. Alright, Leper takes all the damage here because that's his job. And we'll go ahead and heal her. Get this guy blinded, incapacitated, not feeling great.
Malaise, measured and
Right, she'll get a 2 stress heal from that. That's something we need to keep in mind, is that if she resists the heal or the bleed, no matter what, she's going to heal 2 stress. Like, and that's massive. We need to be taking advantage of that, using those bleeds to try and basically cause ourselves to get some free stress healing out of it. It's a pretty decent way of dealing with that. Jester is going, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and... can I heal him? No. I'm going to do this. And then he can Inspiring Tune. That's a double stress heal. She can heal herself with Cauterize. It's a really good synergy. And voila, now she's stress healed and healed. And I don't think we can Solemnity here or anything, so we'll just go ahead and get the kill. Always like to check. Those thresholds are kind of hard to know sometimes.
unpleasant in the extreme.
Another mastery point. Blistering Bugle. I'm going to pass. One of those items that's probably going to get me killed more than it's going to help me out, honestly. I would love it to help out, but I think it's actually going to cause more harm than good, which is funny because we kind of want him to be taunting, right? But you know.
The loathing whispers.
Good job. How's our loathing? We're at 1 loathing. We're doing okay. Hospital here. We can see if there's anything we really want to get rid of. I have 85 relics and 69. Nice. Put nice in the comments right now. Baubles. Okay, we have no diseases. Sprained wrist, yes. We don't want reduction in damage right now. Definitely not something we want to think about. And honestly, bum leg is enough of a hindrance that I want to get rid of it. There's no bleed poultices here because why would there be? There's never bleed poultices at this frickin' thing. Especially when I need them. When I need them, they ain't there. Let's grab some holy water. and maybe some bandages. Bandages are good. I could definitely lean into, like, well, I have 3 medical gear items. There's definitely a part of it that's like maybe I use the medicine chest because it allows me to stack bandages very high, and we can keep the 15%, you know, from the wolf cub that we have now. We wouldn't go to 20%, but 15% is still really good base. And then we can stack bandages really high, and this is a team that is going to be bleeding a lot, and that's a problem from us. We have a team that is giving itself bleed against a boss that uses bleed to its advantage. So having ways to stack bandages is probably going to be very beneficial for us. So I think I'm going to try to lean into that. It's a weird way of going about it, but I think it's actually probably... that was a weird way. I think it's actually probably maybe the right way to play it. I see a... well, not a warlord fight, but this fight over here. I like the look of that. Oh, and a creature den. Creature den is good. We want creature dens. Great early mastery points. Not like crazy difficult fights generally. At least, I mean, I don't think they are. I mean, double quad spiders, octuple spiders, if you will, is definitely not like an ideal situation to be in, but. Okay. This is where Dragonfly would be really good for us to have on. And I don't have chat to remind me to put Dragonfly on, so. Thank you, calibrating sensor.
Well done.
Nice. Dead. Close to dead. Ow. Are we at Solemnity value? That is a huge amount of Solemnity value. We absolutely take that. Remove the bleed here. These two in the back are both dead now, which is great. Okay. And we can heal that 14 bleed without much of a worry, so we'll definitely go ahead and do that. Yeah. I'd say hopefully we do enough damage there. I know these fights can be such a slog, you know, they can be pretty brutal to just have to put up with and get through. Yeah, I think we'll definitely want to upgrade Inspiring Tune when we get the chance. Having that kind of low ability to just kind of, like, stress heal people is, I think, has a lot of value. We should definitely put Dragonfly on, though. I don't think we're getting too much value out of Ransack. Not enough value to justify how we're playing right now. I need to try to remember to do that after this fight is over, because I'm bad at remembering things. If you guys didn't remember that, I'm bad at remembering things. I don't really want Leper getting hit with a 6 bleed here, so we're just going to go ahead and cure him of that. Easy peasy.
A simple variable, easily resolved.
Alright. Smoke Bomb is a good option. Spike Ball is not, like, amazing, but definitely gonna take some Smoke Bombs. Alright, Dragonfly, before I forget, and people in the comments scream at me even more, which is impressive if you could scream at me even more. All right, we got ourselves a creature down. Ooh, and more bandages, which is good. Yeah, definitely getting a lot of bandages is going to be beneficial for us. I think we can lean into that pretty well. Just gives us, especially with the way that we're bleeding, gives us just so many opportunities. Who has the lowest relationships right now? Unfortunately, nobody who's like all of them are basically centered around Baldwin. Yeah, there it is. Quad spiders. Okay, I mean, this is definitely the fight we didn't want to see, you know? I mean, it is what it is. This is what we got to deal with. Hearthlight would have been a great move for me to put on at this point, but I forgot. So here we are. Oh, man, I was really hoping with that we'd be feeling a little better. Ugh. And this is where spiders just become an absolute menace because they just block, like, there we go. Everybody's blind and or stunned right now, which is huge for them, not for us. Definitely problematic. And they also crit all the time. Now, the biggest thing, oh, okay, the blight got through anyway. I was like, oh, well, we'll get through the, nope, nope. Okay. Okay.
Haste and carelessness, hallmarks of the unprepared.
There we go. Get dead. Trantism is not great for us. Trantism's not good for us. Let's just say that quickly. Now, if we can get, like, Sickening Silence, maybe we can use that to our advantage. Sickening Silence can definitely be a fun one to play around with, for sure. But it's probably not the best option still. Alright.
A miscalculation, perhaps.
Nine blights. Purge here, we'll remove the corpses, pull them closer. Then they can only do bite. There we go. Keeping our stress down on her, so that's good. Dead. We put Dragonfly on, right? Yeah. Good miss, thank you. 11 damage break. That's pretty nice. Still a lot of dodge here, but not as bad, I guess. There's also bleed here. Bleed? I think no, these guys don't bleed.
A master stroke.
Or the worm bleeds. So. That one's dead. Put the burn here. Or not. We kind of thought about putting the burn there, but... Yeah, this is... I'm trying to think. Will I end up... We could end up with the slimes item that, like, will stop us from getting diseases. Or will remove our diseases, so, like, that's okay if we end up with that. If not... We're going to end up with one of the dog's ones, which I think is discounted trinkets. I can't recall exactly. We're going to let Leper take care of himself.
An interminable conflict.
Got lucky through those dodges. That one's dead. Yeah, new Necrophagia was coming. I probably could have been a bit more proactive about removing that as a issue, but alas, it's okay. That was also a dumb place to put damage because we knew that one was dead. We just said that that one was dead, so don't do as I do. Do as I don't do. go. Yeah, nice big stress heal, big fat heal. He's feeling a lot better. Feeling a lot more, you know, with it. Smoke screen was probably the right call there, because that's going to end up, yep, in the Jester.
There's no time to falter.
Get him out of position. And we'll heal him up. Definitely need to be getting an Intimidate going. Holy, 5 damage Intimidate. Yes, please, sign me up, Doctor. Get these guys all topped off. Damn, we're hitting through dodges. This is payback for what happened with Sahar when we were running Intrepid. That's what this is. We can go for a 7 heal here, that's fine.
Generosity.
I guess they were a 7 heal either way, weren't they? Again, we end up with corpses here. This guy heals, gets himself a crit token. It's just extending this fight. But not the end of the world. Could be worse. He can take it. Look at that. He took it like a champ. And then there was one little worm left. You can still eat a corpse here. He really does not want to die. This worm is in it for the long haul, guys. All I can do is run and hide here. Just keep it weak, I guess. There we go. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see this. I have a spot under my glasses. Oh, if you wear glasses, you know this. But every now and again, my face just decides, no.
A petty hindrance.
You wear these every day, all the time. Now we're gonna make a zit happen. -3 stress, +1 mastery. That's fine. We don't get rid of diseases, but it's okay.
The loathing.
So we end up with 4 mastery points so far. That's a good place to be after region 1. We could definitely end up with 5 by the end of this. Very likely we end up with 5 here. Combat items. Let's double check those, huh? If we're gonna take anything into a bandit fight, we should probably, or pillager fight, we should probably have some anti-bleed, which we have in the form of bandages. And of course we end up with probably one of the most annoying backline damage duos. At least it's not double fire moth. Double fire moth can be just such a serious nuisance. Blind and all sorts of shenanigans. There's the watchdog. Watchdog, what's up, Doc? Right. Blind this guy, try to stop him from being able to land much of any damage, and we'll go ahead and put that Intimidate there. Just try to weaken her if we could, but she doesn't die quite yet. Nobody's missing. Missing is apparently for the weak, and none of these people are that, so. Yep. Resist there, though. Alright, I'm gonna let her eat the riposte here. Thankfully it missed. That was a fairly bold choice to make, but it's all good. Got a nice little stress heal out of it. Can't complain about that. We should be able to heal at that point. She can heal herself with the cauterize. Now we'll just go ahead. Apply that Intimidate. This one's dead. We'll use Cauterize. I don't want to use the bandages if I can avoid them, because those are finite, where these are, you know, not indefinite, but I can use Cauterize every fight. It resets, right? So that definitely makes it a bit more viable.
Mistimed. Misdirected.
Okay, I went for Watchdog. I guess that's pretty much as good as we could hope for, because it just doomed them both to die. Okay. All right. Good fight. There we go. Not too shabby. I'm gonna leave it. Still not a big fan of the dot resist items, unless, like, again, we're going up against Act 4, then I'm like, oh, I'll definitely take the Bleeding Curer, but, I mean, come on. Like, there's so many more, like, fun, interesting, dynamic trinkets in this game than that. It just leads itself to being more of a problem than anything. I will take that. We'll see how that goes. Excuse the yawning. My goodness. A long day at work today, huh? Not that you would know it's been a long day at work, but it's been a long day at work today. Alright. So this is Act 4, which means extra actions if we don't kill the altar fairly quick. Something will get an extra action, which is always annoying. So we'll just go ahead and... this is 6 damage Firefly, so that's that one dead. That's great. Footman's Grog doing the work for us there. Let's go ahead and blind the one that did Nocturne Commune. Try to avoid that crit token as much as possible. And we'll also try to weaken it. Didn't end up getting the weakness, but again, you got to plan for the best case kind of scenario. Well, hope for the best, plan for the worst, I suppose. No extractions now, which is fantastic for us. I definitely will take advantage of that. I was hoping we get the blind there. They both miss. It would feel really cool. This is totally gonna miss. Dang it. Okay. A bit annoying here, but nothing that we can't handle. About to say, we stayed blind this whole time. I don't really know how, but it's because of the fact that these evangelists like to blind us. Once you hit Act 3, these fights get a lot tougher, these cultist fights. They're kind of built... I shouldn't have healed that bleed. They're kind of... Yeah, they get harder. Like, these guys start generating block plus instead of block. The Deacon starts getting his, like, mitigate damage at certain, certain types of damage kind of thing going on. It all comes together in this... These guys being much tougher to deal with, so... Act 3 is, I definitely think, where the fights start getting pretty annoying. I'm gonna Purge here. I was hoping we could push it back and, get it out of position, but alas, no such luck there. That's okay. Blind is definitely our friend. Blind is our friend if blind lands. So right now, we're looking at a really annoying situation. A lot of health about to be taken from us between these two. Both of them have turns. Both of them are going to land. I'm going to try for this Purge again. Damn, dude. What's their move resist? 40%. It's unfortunate we failed it twice. We'll definitely go for the blind here. Hopefully this one misses. At least it's going to be weak. And that's where blind becomes a problem, right? When it doesn't operate once during a single fight. You're like, yeah, that's definitely problematic. We'll go ahead and heal her up. We'd love to heal more stress, but... Well, I guess we're going to heal more stress anyway. No, we're not, because I can't heal stress right now. Okie dokie. Thankfully, this is the last fight of the region.
Variable can make all the difference.
I want this one dead pretty quick. I don't want to deal with a meltdown if I can avoid it. Really? Really, you're going to be upset about that? That's what you're going to get upset at? Let's get him out of danger's way. Nice hit. All right, there goes that fight. Surprising when you get a nice little crit at the end there, and the fight just ends up turning in your favor. Love that. Pile of ash. Interesting. When moving, dodge plus 50% chance. Backdraft skills. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, this is better. Like, I mean, we're moving fairly often. Oh, we did also get the bleed resist one, which is... That's pretty nice.
The loathing whispers.
In the final fight, this Plague Doctor is going to have, like, no stress. It's going to be great.
Respite within reach.
All right, first region done. I mean, we did a lot in that first region. That was a slow first region, but we definitely feeling pretty good there. Okay, I had to get some snacks. All right, we're at the end. We're at the end. We are recording, right? Okay, cool. We got Trinket Organizer, which I may not end up using, but we'll see. What do we get, Clark-wide? Generous and Amateur Armorsmith. Ooh, not bad at all. Okay. All right, so we have a Lair Trophy. I'm not super keen to use the Lair Trophy right now. Ooh, Greater Clotting Curer, though. Avoid the field hospital to grab it. I like it. I like it. You know, we can use it for, like, for now, I don't really need the bandages, right? So, like, I'll drop the Almanac. Wow, did we really get through that without any... Wow. Like, the bandages are nice, but, you know, I think right now we'll take that. Now, we do need to think about relationships. That is definitely something we need to think about. So we have Songbook of Amorous Ballads, which is pretty much guaranteed to move us up. It's not guaranteed to move us up. Also, I need food. Okay, we can afford food. I didn't fuck up. Okay, cool. Let's see who needs it the most. Leper. Leper needs it with Bonnie and I Love Shoob. So, positive? Yeah, okay. And nice, okay. Excellent. Excellent. So, mostly positive. I mean, these are very highly positive for us. Why are they so highly positive for us? Oh, the pets. Right. Okay, and then we can fix Bonnie and Baldwin. Yeah, that's really good. I don't even know if we mess with them any more than this. I think when we do that, we're opening ourselves up to some other issue or potential issues. We take the 5%, I think. Let's do the Mastery Trainer. Let's see what we'd like to upgrade here. Noxious Blast. Yes. Let's think about things we've been using a lot of. I'm curious to try Inspiring Tune. I just want to try to make it work more. Upgraded Intimidate doesn't really do anything for us, so if anything, we're going to upgrade Solemnity just so he can eat the damage more, and then I guess we upgrade IS, just so we have that backup, or we get that healing. Safety of Slumber. It slows everybody down so much. Like, a whole team goes last, right? Plus Collector. I think strategically, we don't do it. I think we skip on it for now. Oh, that's an unfortunate roll. Okay, Intimidate heals, that's great, but at least it's not skills that we're not using. That's probably the worst thing that could happen, the more worse thing. Oh my god, I got it. I killed the fly that was bugging me. It is dead. I shall not show it on stream because that's gross, but it landed on my arm, and I murdered it dead. I ended its miserable life. Okay, we definitely go for Creature Den. We want Mastery Points. Early Creature Den is fantastic. It removes the loathing, so this is a non-issue for us. Or at least it removes one thing of the loathing, which is great for us. Fantastic, we take it. We might be able to get rid of Tarantism. Who knows? And the thing is, Tarantism isn't terrible because we have characters who have ways to move forwards, or backwards, so it's not like the worst thing in the world. It's just annoying. Let's start them off with Daze. Daze is a great start for us because it basically just gives us immediate... it's like Surprised in Darkest Dungeon 1, right? So Only one hit. Fortunate. There we go. Only one stuck. Still unfortunate. I'll go ahead and withstand. Now, the downside with this one is we do end up with 4 in a turn, like 4 in a row going for us. Get dodged. That worked out in our favor. I'm pretty happy with that. That taunt on her is going to be annoying, but at least she can resist the dots, which is good.
An opportunity squandered.
Yeah, that gets rid of the back row.
Early results are encouraging.
Hopefully that blind means that we actually get a miss here. Fantastic. Love that. Good stuff. And now we start working on the front. 7 damage there. Dead? Dead? Oh, this one, then dead. Yeah, look at this. We're feeling pretty decent at this point. When we got calibrating sensor generating this many tokens for us, it's always a good time.
And carelessness. Hallmarks of
And every time he's missing, he's just generating a strength token, which just kind of amplifies his whole situation here. Even though he's not swinging for big numbers,
and steady.
doesn't mean he can't be doing some serious work. I'm going to do that there just because, in all honesty, that crit token is really nice. I'd rather save that for the next, you know, set of enemies than I would kind of waste it on an enemy that's going to die anyway. Didn't resist the bleed. That's super mega uncool of you, though. We'll go ahead and just crit token you there. And I'll take the crit here. We'll get the blind.
Large. Measure out your
Hey, can you resist some of these bleeds, please? That'd be great.
judiciously.
50% chance. It's her lowest, like, of them, so I guess it's to be expected to a degree. Ah, Tarantism. Not really going great for us right now. Okay, yeah, the taunt on Fate to Black is just pretty brutal. Over that, I'll spread the burn to somebody. I guess we can heal decently, but...
Excellent work.
Oh, the bleed is gone. I'll take the crit, though. Okay.
The smallest variable can make all the difference.
We will go ahead and play out here. Haven't really used much of Mezzo to our advantage, but nah, I was hoping we'd go before the Leper, but okay. Or the Leper would go before them, just so that way we could purge. Is really all I cared about. Remove the corpses. Not really gonna be a problem for that guy anyway, though. But I mean, we're considering that stress is our biggest issue on this team. We're doing okay. Like, really, health has been the issue this time around.
This
So
wound, at least, has been tended to.
just trying to stay energized here. I have to go take a walk and eat some food in between takes here, because the something about recording a video instead of streaming it that's tiring in an entirely different way. You'd think it'd be less tiring, but I think having to come up with what to say without any kind of engagement from, you know, people live is difficult. Hopefully you guys enjoy my rambling. For some reason I thought Death was going to spawn there. I'm trying my best to, like, continuously talk. Yes, just talk about the strategy, which a lot of people seem to be really enjoying. A lot of people have been enjoying the pre-recorded, you know, dedicated YouTube videos. I'm getting a lot of comments. Again, if you're enjoying this style of video and you want me to continue doing it this way instead of doing, like, the streams that I didn't make, I'm going to do both, but if you want me to continue doing this, definitely leave a comment, like the video. I can tell drastically that I get almost double the likes on videos that I do pre-recorded. So far, I've done like 3 or 4 of them, than I have on my VODs. So if that's something you really do enjoy, like, leave a like on the video, because I look at all of that stuff. Leave a comment. I try to respond to most of the comments, unless they're, like, absolutely wild. But I definitely read all of the comments, so, you know, please continue doing that. It makes a big difference. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I want to make the videos in the way that people will enjoy the most. And if that's these pre-recorded videos, then let's go for it, you know? It's a little bit out of my comfort zone doing it this way versus streaming, but if that's what people enjoy, then we'll go for it. Kyrogen's Table. Now, I'm not, like, amazingly weak to dot, but I'm not also super keen about taking this fight. Let's see what the team wants to do. The team does kind of want to fight. Let's take it. I think, you know, as far as mini bosses go, this one is annoying, but it's not the worst fight in the world for sure. I'm just gonna go straight into getting damage into these widows as quickly as possible. See how fast we can remove them as a situation that we have to deal with. We are already immobilized, so I'm just gonna go for Razor's Wit so I don't have to deal with the taunt immediately. That's one widow down. Let's go ahead and immobilize this, or not immobilize, intimidate that guy, get that weakness going, because these guys can hit for a lot of damage, and I don't really care for them to be hitting for that much damage. That one's dead. This one's dead in 2 turns, so we might get, yeah, probably stunned or an attempt at a stun. No, that's horror. Okay. I always get her abilities mixed up between the stun one and the... Which one stuns? Desperate Grab stuns. Ooh, Gruesome Reflection is a horror. Horror. Okay. I'm just gonna stick to the Razor's Wit right now because it is yeah, it's stopping us from getting taunt, and that's important. Lots of crits happening here on our end, which is always good. So we didn't get a size 2 enemy here, which means that we will get a woodsman or a ghoul next round of this fight. That's a guarantee. You will always get one size 2 enemy. So, got that to look forward to. Okay, Hemorrhagic Fever. Hopefully, well, not hopefully. We're going to get rid of that one. I do not want Hemorrhagic Fever. 7s. This guy's actually dead, which is great. Now, I could Solemnity here. That might be a smart call, but I'm hesitant to do it, as much as this horror can cause us a lot of problems. Hopefully it spreads forward. If not. A lot of stress in him. Now would probably be a decent time to try and reduce some of the stress. But, could you please miss something? Okay, good resist, thank you. So we will... I could play out here. It's a weird move. Yeah.
By accumulation.
This is a weird move. Um, I'm hoping for a big stress heal here. That's really what I'm going for. Torchlight. Yeah, okay. Who do we blind here? We're much more likely to blind the Widow. That's unfortunate. I didn't really think about that. Okay.
Brilliant conclusion.
I know that that's going to regen him, but he's at full health, so, like, that's really inconsequential to me at this point. Killing the Widow early is good. Howl is a problem. We're going to have to Solemnity here before I would like to. Like, when I Solemnity, I want to get the full value out of it, but... Oh. Okay, so that's a first. I've not seen... I don't think I've ever seen an Amorous act out on a non-damaging attack. That's a little interesting. So... Why? Why? That's my question. Is that because it would have caused him to melt down, maybe? That's a first for me. I'm not quite sure how that was supposed to happen, but okay. We're gonna Solemnity here. It's not the best value for Solemnity, but it does get us out of the danger zone.
Fight through the fatigue.
It must have been because it was gonna stop him from melting down.
There is comfort in company.
I don't know, that's a weird one, man. Oh, of course that crit. Why wouldn't... I mean, wait, did he have a crit token? He might have had a crit token there, and that may have been the cause of that. Honestly, don't know if I want the taunt tokens on him right now, so I'm just kind of doing that, and then... It's always... I don't care how many times it happens. It is always a very funny thing when that happens. We'll move up here. I guess, actually, that was a bad idea. I could have purged here, but we can do that instead. That works out just as well. Go ahead and heal him.
Foundation of trust.
I'd say that immobilize could be an issue, but not anymore. So now we get to the fun part of this fight, which is just slowly bleeding our whole team out while we try to deal with getting enough damage into this guy. I know that he's kind of made to be a counter to dots, but we're probably going to do enough dots to him anyway that this is not really an issue. Our dots are like high enough that he'd have a really hard time outpacing them. So... realistically, I'm just gonna try to heal everybody up here and
At least has been tended.
keep him blind and keep him guessing and just throw these into him. Because the most he can get up to is +6. Well, these intimidates are doing great for us. Sure. He is gonna get really stressed doing this, though. It's kind of one of the bigger downsides of this kind of method. Keep doing Razor's Wit. him.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Okay, still doing big chunks of damage here. Good miss.
Lethality writ large.
Nice. This is what you're hoping for when we're playing like this. It's just a lot of misses.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
There we go. We've outpaced him. So I'm gonna go ahead and Solemnity here just to go ahead and get that nice little stress heal, and then, yeah, that's about it. Do we have a Cauterize left? Doesn't really matter, because I would have to pass to be able to do it, and I don't really care to do that, because he was immobilized in rank 2, so I'd have to pass to let her still get the chance. Spike Skullcap. Oh, we have a full inventory. Oh boy, spiked freaking Skullcap, guys. I mean, the answer is no, right? Like, we really don't care for it. It could be okay on Leper, but in all honesty, it's just not worth it, so I'm gonna skip it. Apron would have been great. We will definitely take items that allow us to... I'm gonna skip the lair. I have no need to take the lair. Definitely gonna take items that allow us to deal with the dots in the Act 4 fight, but... The only other thing I think would be really, really strong here would be trying for Leviathan just to get Sodden Sweater. Sodden Sweater would be a really potent, or is, I mean, it's a brutally potent trinket for that fight. I mean, it just puts that boss in its place very quickly. Elite. Okay. Definitely worried about this fight. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to get hit with 1,000 Blight, so we'll do that. I'll let them get hit with 1,000 Blight. Do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and blind here. Why did I'm really bad about doing that. I do that quite a lot, where I don't blind the right one. I blind, or I mean, I did get the blind either way, but I didn't hit the right one there, right? Like, I should have hit a different one. Oh my goodness. Really? Not great for us. Okay, so our Plague Doctor is in scary straits right now, getting hit with all of that in a row. That's fucking terrifying, actually. Getting hit with all of that and not resisting any of it is not great. It's not great. Oh, okay. Oh, jeez, they're resisting everything, man. Hey, we got a heal out of that, which is great. Okay, the maid is dead now. Okay, well, it's because the maid's around, right? That's why their resists are so high. Okay. We let her heal up a little bit. Now she's in the back. Wait, she can hit the back? I thought she had to be in a... Oh my goodness. This goes to show how much I don't pay attention to stuff that I should. I thought she could only hit certain ranks from certain ranks as far as her AoEs. I thought she could only hit the middle ranks, but for some reason she can hit the front ranks. Okay. Well, this is definitely where a heal salve is useful. go ahead and remove that corpse before she decides to eat it. God, she just has all of her health back. One of the more irritating enemies you have to deal with, especially when she's an elite. I'll take a 16 crit, though. It's enough to kill her, though, unfortunately. That's an 8 white. I gotta get rid of that.
Steady yourself.
Oh god, I love elite enemies.
A little help impeccably done.
Okay, let's run an eye. Let's get her regenning. Did I upgrade run? Oh no, it's pile of ash. Right. Yeah, big heals.
The work continues.
Jeez, this is a tough fight, man. Just gotta be cognizant of what's going on and trying your best to outpace things as quickly as possible. That would stress heal her. She can heal even without the bleed, right? So
Hold fast.
could stress resist. Thank you, bud.
Beyond.
Go ahead and heal him up. Solemnity might have been better to wait for there, but I can do it here. It's all good. Try to get the blind here. Did not get the blind. That's gonna go straight into her. Okay. No, don't cauterize. Use this. Big heal. Then cauterize. Not big heal, but big for her, I guess. Then intimidate. Get the taunt, get the heal on her. And then get the kill. Scary damn fight, man.
Amidst the spoils, an artifact of unparalleled power.
Turn start IV stealth crit token. Apply on Hearthlight skills. Combo token 50%. Yeah, this is pretty good. Is there a skill we're not using very often? No, we'll lean into the crit. This is basically a much more, like, we use run and hide, we get crit tokens, right? Like that's beneficial to us. Now we could get the Hearthlight value out of it, but I don't. We need the combo. Like, if the combo's fine, it's just not doing anything like amazing for us. It's not saving anybody or stopping us from dying. I'm gonna drop the armory key at this point. Thought experiment. Okay. We have to avoid the field hospital in order to get the greater cure, clotting cure. Let's go for the quirk. Let's see what we got. Precision striker. That's melee skill. So I guess surgeon in the future might be something good for us. We're gonna go for the watchtower. Okay. Do we? I don't want to take the watchtower. Just to make sure I get the full advantage off of Baldwin, I do not want to increase his speed at all right now, so no watchtower for us. Generally speaking, I would say that you do want to get the watchtower, but
You must give hope.
this will also increase our torchlight, hopefully, which is a good thing for us to do. We definitely goes faster through a region when you don't have to take on a lair. We're almost at the end of this region, with by a lot faster. Yeah, I mean, plus 45 torch. Can't say no to that. Especially when we're on such low torch. We don't want to get a lot of the negative values. We get some additional strength tokens our way. All in all, pretty good. Everywhere the world comes undone.
The coach's plating
Okay,
is
so we're out of plating, which is fine. We only have a fight up here. Oh, wait. And then, okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We'll end up with one loathing once we leave. Or assuming we take this fight, we'll end up with one loathing. Another desperate few. Anything that we can all agree on? Nope. We get another decision. Still dislike this mechanic so much that I can get decisions that nobody agrees with. That there's no, like, you know, there's no combination which the enemies or the team is like, yeah, this is good. We like this. Like somebody on the team is like that. No. At this point, I've gone through all my bandages, so... Oh, did I ever put the, I did put that on, right? Yeah. I could have stacked that bandage. I did not, so... I'm sure somebody was screaming at me about that. I'm sure somebody's also screaming at me about whatever decisions I'm making here. But you know what? I don't care, chat. Because I gotta stop saying chat like you guys are actually here. This isn't a stream. I'm not just a streamer anymore. I'm a YouTuber. I don't know what YouTubers say to... Hello, commenter. I can foresee this fight going very poorly. Very poorly, very quickly. The blight is a problem. Go ahead and intimidate this goat. Now, if you guys didn't know, butchers and maids buff the goats. So the butcher will give them 50% additional damage, and the maid will give them all of these dot resists that they have gotten. Not fun. So, you know, we definitely don't want them sticking around if we can avoid it, though it seems like we're unable to avoid it, so that's good. What do we get a bleed? We get a bleed from the... we got a bleed from the ordainments. That's what we got it from. Only one. It's only one. Not going to worry about that so much. That one's already got double weakness, so we're going to put weakness somewhere. Let's give it to somebody who doesn't have weakness right now. Don't need to really use that right now. Goodness me, even the butcher's getting really good resists. Should have gone for Intimidate. Just have to cope. Yeah, hope that she keeps resisting what she's doing, so that's great.
The enemy weakens and
we're finally landing some of the blights now, which is nice. Generally do not recommend doing what I'm doing. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Yeah. I forget that he can do that. One damage is all I need on him. Nice.
the work continues.
Thankfully, Meat Hook does not hit very hard.
The smallest variable can make all the difference.
I definitely think I misplayed pretty heavily in that fight. As far as like the order of operations I should have gone in, but alas. There's not much I can do about that situation. We use this as an opportunity to get some heals and whatnot.
A slow dissection.
Go ahead and
Unavoidable end.
Solemnity here, get rid of our stress, and then he will die Yeah, that was a tough fight. That was... Oh boy.
We are the flame, burning brightly for all the world.
Storage room key. We haven't really used blinding gas very much, right? So emboldening vapors giving regen is big. Ounce of prevention giving block is okay. But I think we could definitely look into using this, as I don't really care about emboldening vapors that much as far as like the strength goes, but the regen is nice. Like a 2 regen is on command regen can definitely be very potent for us. And we could probably use that here. Stow mount is great, but also just not doing anything that Jester really cares about. So that just gives us a little bit of focused regen. It also gives us a 3rd healing ability on her. So, you know, I can't complain about additional healing. Okay, we'll take the candle option here. Everybody agrees with the candle option. Now, the benefit of this fight is that they're not buffing anything, but also this fight is just miserable. I think the maids are probably the larger threat. That amount of dot is not an enjoyable experience to be getting. This will lower their speed. Good dodges. You'll love to see it. I guess, do I need to rely on the blinds so much right now? Probably not. Not with all the dodge pluses in our favor, but...
The enemy weakens and wanes.
No, he got him. He got him through the dodge. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. This is what happens, chat, when you start comment. I don't know what to... This is what happens, all right? You start relying on dodge, and all of a sudden, nobody can dodge. And all of a sudden, I'm getting larval slopped for a bajillion stress. Interesting how this one ended up getting no dots. The other one did. Wonder why that is.
A master stroke.
So, yeah, you can see here now we get the 2 regen. Was that really the right move? Probably not, but it seemed kind of like a good idea. Purge here might get them out of position, which is really good for us. Good miss. So we can definitely remove that bleed. Not something we really want him getting hit with all the time. See if we can get some death done to this lady back here. Ow. Good dodge. Yeah, and finding myself spreading damage in ways I really shouldn't be. Nice, good stun. Use that to our advantage.
At least has been tended to.
Yeah, doesn't really make a difference. I guess this one's dead, so it does kind of make a difference.
Appliance of harm.
Sturdy, man. I mean, these guys are just beefy. Oh my goodness, another crit? Really? Really? Why Why am I healing for so little? A 6 heal on that? It seems not very much. That seems like a good amount of healing, though. I feel like that 6 is really low for some reason. Oh, right. I forget about that. It lowers the healing on battlefield medicine. Is that worth? Probably not. Though regen is a long-term thing, but man, we lose out on the 50% healing given from it less. I mean, we still have our long-term heals. I guess that's more about just removing the dots. I mean, it's basically still better than ministrations in a lot of ways, so... Like, I'm okay with it for now. It may end up being a problem for us. We'll have to kind of see how we feel going into it, but... I think it might be okay. Okay, Cardinal is also not, like, where I was hoping this would go. I'm going to try and immediately blind this guy. I'm gonna get no such luck. We're gonna get 15 damage in Tropic Star is definitely, like, was definitely an option. Oh, come on, video game. Okay, we'll get her out of position. She's still got the worship. That always annoys me. I feel like if you disrupt evangelists or heralds, and even cherubs, they shouldn't be able to get the worship. I know it lowers their chances of getting worship. At least I do believe it does, but I still think it should just, like, remove it. Please blind. There we go. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, dead. If it's gonna hit anybody, I actually would want it to hit her. She gets her extra action here. Annoying. Man, how... I am upset that extra actions can allow worship to go off, but... I guess at the end of the day, that's... I mean, he's stunned, so that could be worse for us. A tad annoying, to say the least. And they both resisted it. How about you don't? How about you don't, and you say that you did? That'd be great. I would appreciate that. We actually want to keep him in the back, so that way we can do Entropic. He can do Entropic Star.
Your violence and apply it judiciously.
Ow. Ouchie. You really gonna get upset about that? Oh my goodness. Okay, we're just gonna purge here. There's like some grand strategy for keeping him in the back. I'm not giving into it. Nice miss, thank you. Get the stress down while we can. He's gonna hit Death's Door here anyway, so the question becomes, can I do 17 damage before he goes? The answer is no. Oh. Okay, okay. Is it 14 damage with that? Excuse me? I don't know how to feel about that. How? How did I just do 14 damage with Noxious Blast? Yeah, it crit. Okay, crit. It does 150% of 4 damage. I'm sure somebody in the comments can do the math on that one. I don't think I've ever seen Noxious Blast do that amount of damage before. Like, ever. Like, not even close to being that kind of level. Oh, this is... It's better than this. It's better than this. It sucks. We just put it on, but... Oh, it's better. Just overall better healing. I don't know what could have caused that. That's craziness.
Lower your guard. Soften your gaze.
Curious nag.
It is safe
Sprained
here.
ankle. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. Got a bounty hunter here. I don't really need it, but, you know, we got him. All right, 4 mastery points. Can't complain of all that. I'm going to drop silent treatment because I don't think I need it. I have a lot of ways of dealing with bleed. Poison ring I only kept because, like, it could be good for us, but maybe not. It's not really good for us. Let's go ahead and feed everybody. You can get slow. Everybody else can get something else. Relationships. We're still feeling pretty risky here. So Bonnie and Baldwin, let's get them feeling a little better. Actually, I'm gonna play the risky game here. Okay, I think I got everybody in a pretty good spot. Now the benefit to that is that we can pretty much try for like Bonnie and Baldwin. Even if it goes negative, it actually would be positive for us, or it wouldn't be anything worse. Excellent. Getting your relationships in good places is going to make a big difference overall. Does this have a positive chance? It does. Sarmenti and Shub. Let's try that. Yeah, that one went down, so that's unfortunate, but that's okay. They still had room to maneuver. So now we've got quite a few relationships in the positive zone. We probably have ways to afford more ways to put them in the positive zone, but I don't really mind that much. The Songbook of Amorous Ballads. We could get Shub and Bonnie. Come on. Nice. Now I just see whiskey for you two, and we're set.
Something to ease the rigors of the road.
You always use that whiskey is just kind of that easy way to ensure relationships go up. Now Sarmenti and Shub. The cheapest way of getting them up is this. There we go, we did it. All right. Look at that, all positive, all positive, all positive. That's great for us. I don't have to worry so much about the issues now that that's going to be causing. Let's go ahead and upgrade Withstand. That's going to be really good for us. Battlefield Medicine is going to be great for us. Bonnie definitely needs some love right now, so let's go ahead and upgrade. We'll upgrade Dragonfly. Okay. Oh, we still have one left. We'll upgrade Firefly too. All the flies. All right.
Planning and
Wow, do we have enough baubles?
as vital to survival as sharp and steel.
Do we need anything bauble-wise? Doesn't look like it. There's not much going on here that would be amazing. We still haven't found many plotting poultices, so that's something we're gonna have to deal with. But that's okay. We can make it work. So I don't need anything for the Wainwright. Where are we going here? Jester Royal Summons. When moving, 10% chance for a crit token. Gain on crit. All allies behind add 1 positive token. Gain when hit. Forward 1. This is basically meant to try and get him to be like a finale bot. I don't think we really care that much for it. What enemies can we deal with better at this point? Move resist is going to be imperative for us if we take the Shroud. We're very slow. I think the Shroud will be better for us. We just have a better chance of actually, like, being at pace with the enemies, whereas in the Sprawl, I feel like we're just gonna end up, like, not have it. Wow, that's a lot of amorous. Wow, that's so much amorous. We rolled so many amorous relationships. That's incredible. Fade to Black heals, Purge removes dots, Razor's Wit removes dots, Ransack heals, Intimidate removes dots, Dragonfly removes dots, Disorienting Blast removes dots. We're not using any of those, though. So the benefit of that is that means that if they roll a relationship in the next area on the mountain, they're almost guaranteed to roll the same relationship they did last time. So since they're all amorous, it's more than likely they're all going to be amorous. In fact, I think it might be guaranteed. I'm hesitant to say it's guaranteed because I don't know for sure, but I feel like it is, and so that's what I'm going off of here. Do I need the hospital? Not really. Hospitals can be one of those, like, you see them, you're like, I have to go for that, and I think I end up in a lot of situations where I'm at a hospital. I'm like, I really didn't need this that bad. Like, I've got a few kind of dingy quirks, and like that's it. So don't always go for a hospital just because it's a hospital. You know, this cache is basically just going to give us free loot, you know, and there's a lot of good opportunity there for us. Now, our loathing is something I am a little bit concerned about at this point. I don't want to max out loathing. We've been doing that a lot in a lot of runs. I don't really care to continue doing it. I don't really need any of these. Seaman's Boots. No, it's a good item. It's one of those better earlier on items, and now we've got better items than what that can offer us. So I kind of want to make sure I hold on to that holy water too. That's going to be very good against the Exemplar, which, since we are on Act 3, I'm actually going to drop the Soothing Poultice too. We really have no need for it. We are now on Act 3. We are going to run into an Exemplar. So, oh, not Act 3, Act 4. But still, Act 4 is the same way. We will have an Exemplar to deal with. Now, this will increase our speed. Baldwin should be at speed 1, so we can deal with him going a little faster. That's fine. This does increase our loathing, though, and that puts us at 3. Now, I don't know what this is. This could be loathing, but we do have a fight then. I'm going to risk it, hope that it's not loathing. Okay, it is double... Ugh. Another fly? Where'd you come from? You know it's good when one fly is like, oh, fly. 2 fruit flies is like, something. Something in here is attracting the fruit flies. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it is. This is going to affect your relationships, but it will stop us from getting an ambush fight. I don't like having to fight an ambush fight, so I'm going to avoid that by doing that. Not that we would have gotten it anyway, but it does mean that we're feeling pretty good. My goal at this point is to kind of just get through this region. There's not much that we really, really need at this point. I could have gone for the lair and tried for Sodden Sweater. I think that would have been the only other, like, trinket that would have been, like, perfect for this boss. But, like, we've got a lot of bleed resist trinkets, which is good. How we use them, we're gonna have to figure that out, but they are there, and you know that'll help us mitigate a lot of the issues we're gonna run into. You know, the only other better option for like for Plague Doctor, for example, right? Let's see who's going first here. Okay, Bosun's going first. Who's he gonna hit? I would say the only thing that would be like maybe better would be the other key. I think it's the Fates for Teller, right? The one that actually heals on dot resist would be better than the stress resist one, because that one with high bleed resist does essentially make you immune to makes you immune to most bleed, or like to dying in that fight in general. So we do get all hands on deck immediately, which is not great. A lot of strength, a lot of crits, not something I'm super keen about. And hit through the dodge plus, so that's good.
Malaise, measured and steady.
Should be a resist. But try to blind this guy. Okay, we want to mitigate those crit tokens as much as possible if we can. Dodging it is also a great option, so. Ugh! It went in my nose! No! Fly! Why fly? Why would you do that to yourself? Oh, that's lovely. That just happened. Not live, but that just happened.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
So keeping the captain in rank 4 is generally a bad idea. Unless you kill everybody first. And then he just does all hands on deck with a bunch of corpses, and I think that's pretty funny. Turns into a pretty hilarious situation when that happens.
An unavoidable end. Excellent work.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't on a corpse, but it was essentially the same thing. Should have used Purge there. That was the correct play. Was to remove the corpse, and then this guy's up here, and then I can kill him really quickly. Alas, I did not, and that's okay. Still gonna try to blind him though, because crit keel haul is still a lot of damage that I do not want to deal with. And he's dead, so run and hide.
An inkling of potency still lingers in some.
Gilded Mind is like with this pet is not a bad option because that gives us what 20% additional stress resist, I think it was, plus the 20% that we have. So that makes us almost a 50-50 immunity to stress, which is that's really nice. That is a lot of stress that you are not dealing with. Statistically speaking, of course, the game will probably make it so that you still get hit with like 1,000 things of stress, and that's just the way that it goes. Cultist fight, we don't have any choice. We'll have to take the fight. The benefit of cultist fights, of course, being that you have to take the fight, so everybody wants the relationship boost, which can be good, except when you don't want to deal with the fight, and you're like, I don't really need any cultist trinkets or anything, and all of a sudden you're now dealing with a bunch of cultists, so. Not at all like this situation, though. I'm really happy to be here.
The pulse slows. Sanity returns.
Alright, so the Herald has some health left. Isn't that right, Herald? Go ahead and try to murder him. 12, okay. Can I do 2 damage here? Nope, okay, that's fine. Good miss. Alright, Herald is dead. Harold the Herald is dead. Harold the Herald the Herald. Harold the Herald. The heraldry is deadery. Both resisted that. That's a feel-good moment right there. Should be a miss, yep. Good use of dodge there. Oh! Good resist, thank you. Yeah, so basically all the damage I did to that is now back, so that's unfortunate. Goodness me, you do not have that high move resist. Stop doing that, please. All these little amorous procs healing everybody up just a little bit. Nice. A respectful proc there. I just find it funny that that blights. I get why that blights, but it should be like her throwing something, or it should just give the bleed. Like, she does bleed with those attacks as well, so like, that, my opinion, that should be like a bleed. It didn't do the thingy, so it is now dead. Now I'll focus on the altar just to get the damage into it, so that way we don't get azoicked. We don't want our ends getting azoicked here, chat. It's not what we're here for. I don't know what y'all are here for. If you're here for a good old azoic ending, then you're in the wrong establishment. Alright, no new suns, no azoic ends. Don't watch the video where we get new sun. That didn't happen. Okay, that was a lie. A lie given to you by the government. I never get new sun. It's not possible. Alright. Purge this. Purge this guy, bring him closer so we can whack-a-doodle him a little quicker. Brisk bedevilment. Where are you going, buddy? You can't get away from me. And it's gonna be a sad day when Alchemist gets her nerf, you know? Like, it's gonna be a good day for the game's health, but it's gonna be a sad day nonetheless. Greater Heartseeker. I have space for it, but eventually you just get to a point where you have too many good trinkets and you just don't know what to do with them anymore. It's like, okay, well, I don't know what to say. I do not want to go to a Kyrogen fight. I'm gonna be entirely honest. I don't want to play that game. I do not have the energy for a Kyrogen fight again. I know we'd get Apron. That's a great thing to get. I just don't have the energy for that fight, man. It is an absolute slog of a fight. So if I can avoid it, I'm going to avoid it. We'll take this Oasis. We'll go for the unknown here. We'll get this, you know, nice little bit of stress reduction in. Yeah, we'll take the stress reduction. Do I really need it? Nah, but, you know, we'll take it. It's good. Boom. I remember when these got added into the game, people were super excited. There was not a lot of ways to mitigate stress in the very early renditions of this game. Back when Ounce of Prevention was the most powerful move in the game, if you guys don't know, Ounce of Prevention used to heal 1 stress on everybody with no threshold. It was broken. Actually, no, I think it did have a threshold. I think it still got you down to 5, but, like, it still, like, was... Oh, another Oasis. Oh, Bon Viv. Yeah, sure. It was still, like, the most powerful ability in the game. You could keep your entire team, like, just completely at low stress, like, just with 1 Plague Doctor all the time. She became so played. They actually released stats. I wish they would do this more often. They released stats about, like, the percentage of teams that had each hero. And, like, Plague Doctor was in, like, 85% of teams or something like that. I mean, of course, at the time, we didn't have Vestal. We didn't have Flag. Our healing options were very limited, right? It was pretty much just Bonnie, Plague Doctor. Who else was in the that could heal early on? Like Hellion could self-heal, Man-at-Arms could self-heal. You know, so there was a lot of self-healing, but there was very little, like, healing. And so you just ended up in a situation where I'm honestly going to try to avoid... Can I avoid fights? Like a thing I can do at this point. If I go this way... Depends on what that is. I don't know what that is. But then again, it's the same thing on the right. Alright.
The unknown awaits.
Great. Excellent. I also have, like, 141 baubles, so if we're going to buy a good trinket, now's the time to do so. But, like, yeah, it was a whole different... it was a whole different environment then. The game has come such a long way since early access, since it released on my birthday all those years ago. I mean, it'll almost be the 2-year anniversary, right? Or 3-year anniversary? It's your 2-year anniversary, right? Coming up here. Okay, I see early experiment. Like, an early experiment is kind of cracked, but, like... Noxious item is equipped. Additional 2 blight dealt. Apply on hit. Really, it's the 2 blight dealt that it stacks very well. That being said, is it like what we really need? I don't know. Kind of hoping for some bleeding cures. Busker's Hull. Target hero, dodge. Target playout skills, remove negative tokens. Battle ballad skills, turn start forward. 1 for 1 turn. Turn end if relics or inventory are less than 25 plus 1 stress. This could be good for us, but again, I don't think it's going to be that great. I don't think I really care for anything here, if I'm going to be very brutally honest. I don't think any of this really is going to help us out. Inevitable end. Oh, wait. Break skills. Cannot. Okay. Inevitable end could be good for the first phase. Because break could just stop it from being able to generate. But again, this is better. Like, what we have is better. I just... One fly is making me jump. I apologize. Alright.
The loathing festers.
Creature Den. Okay. Not too keen on the idea of another creature den. I just don't think we need much. I mean, the mastery points would be good, sure. But, you know. We're also trying to finish a video here, right? We've been live for a couple hours now. Live is not the right term. I am no longer live. I am in the past. This is past Britishbrat. You are future watchers of Britishbrat. I am past Britishbrat. Okay, everybody wants to leave. We take that. Yeah, it's gonna hit our torch. Maybe not the best idea to go into the exemplar with, like, really low torch light that gives them, well, the enemy advantage chance I don't really care about. The combat, like, the round start getting a strength token, yeah, that I care about.
The loathing howls.
Loathing doesn't really do much against us at this point either, because it's not going to go max, and yeah, it's not going to do much.
Perhaps I left this for you. Perhaps you left it for yourself. Perhaps it is not here at all.
Very helpful, Wayne. Alright. We do have glimmers, though, right? So, like, we can use the glimmers to kind of just boost the fight. I don't need the bleed. Realistically. Alright. Just because, I mean, we don't need minus 6% death blow resist and 10% chance for it to get strength every time. Alright. Here we go. Exemplar. Can we beat the Exemplar? I sure hope we can. We're at 15 torch now, which is excellent.
It must be destroyed.
It must be destroyed. Ugh. Damn. Good miss. Nice.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Damn it, didn't miss that time. It's okay. They'll keep him weak. He's gonna go ahead and sacrifice him right now. Oh, went for the fall. Okay. Critical the fall. I'm glad that that doesn't actually, like, heal him, though, which is nice. So that's... I just have to hope these miss. Good. Missing Exaltation is such a fucking, like, just terrible time for this guy. Okay.
This is no time to falter.
Ow. Well, it can't do the fall, so that's fine. It can only do the fall in the front 3 ranks, so it would have to do prelude again here. We'll just go ahead and heal her up a little bit. But we're still gonna do that just because, yeah. GG. He's still got a couple hits in him, but GG. We're gonna get our ends Azoic now, which is never fun, but it'll be alright. Always kind of sucks when you get left with the altar here, but thankfully, I'd be crazy if that ability did, but there's something in me that sometimes thinks that maybe Azoic, they have like a 1% chance to just kill you if it hits you to death's door. It's just like, nope, that's it. You die. You let it get to this point, you're dead. Selfish motivation. No, it's not better than anything we have. It is not better than anything we have. Oh, these are great trinkets. It's not better than anything we have. We have a really solid kind of build going right now, so we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to move on with it. We're going to get to the, you know, we're going to get to the final fight here. Definitely win, or at least get to the mountain more often when on these offline runs, when I can focus on the strategy a bit more. I still love streaming, playing the game on stream and stuff, don't get me wrong, but it can definitely be... it's a lot easier to focus, you know, when I don't have people to chat with. Pros and cons, I suppose, of both. But hey, if you've made it this far, we're all the way to the mountain, and you're not already. If you're not already, you should click that button. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell. That way you don't miss any of these videos. I know to keep making them. And while you're down there, just give it a little like. You know, that way I know, hey, these are the kinds of videos you guys want to see more often, so. Alright, let's get into it. To the mountain we go. Shouldn't have too much that we need to do here, just to make sure our relationships are good. Sarmenti and Baldwin have fallen away from one another, and we are going to fix that. Truth and whiskey, truth and wine. A nip to loosen. Like he wants a nip. Alright, everybody is friendly. That's amazing. We didn't get any more... freaking bleeding cures, which is irritating. We'll give this to her, so now she's at 75%. Do we have any here that we can buy? We have 2, which is amazing. That's great. The more we can focus these, you know, the better. I mean, the thing is that, like, we do lose out on, like, cauterize, but at the same time we don't. Like, you know, it's great if we don't need it. That's great if we don't need it. I think Bash is going to be our friend more than most anything, more than Brink, right? Like, we want to lock him up front so that way he doesn't get moved. So we'll take this. I don't really know if upgrading it's really that beneficial, but sure. Dodge is a good thing. We'll go ahead and take that. Take a look at what we got going on here. Plus speed, sure, will be good for us. We'll take it.
Something to ease the rigors of the road.
I want everybody else fast. I want him just at where he's at. I don't want to give him this blasphemous idol then. Just in case. Yeah, I think she got the speed buff from it. There you go. Have some blight resist while you're at it. Why not? Okay, so now let's take a look at our trinkets. We have a couple ways to increase our bleed resist. I'm going to go with this on her. And then... Sure, the health doesn't really make a difference. I'm going to swap this before the final fight. Because realistically, the health is just like... It's an afterthought.
Be maintained if it is to carry you.
Oh, we also got Safety of Slumber. That's right. So, okay. Yeah, everybody's gonna be really slow now. Well, not super slow, actually. Yeah, our bleed resist is pretty good at this point. So that's good. And do we have any more bandages? No, we don't. Okay, what else do we want here?
The inevitable end of your journey.
That's right, we now have this. So our bandages should, yeah, we get them to stack to 6. That's really cool. You know, we should just buy more items because you know what? We're here to fight. We want to go into fights with stuff, and stuff is good. We like stuff. I want to save the bandages till the end because we do have 2 sets of fights that we have to go through. Let's go for it. Act 4 ambition. Here we come. There we go. That's what I like to see. Lots of amorous, please. Lots of healing. Okay, that's fine. We're not using Echoing March. Fade to Black heals. Smokescreen removes dots. Removing dots also, like, massive. Both of those are things we're not using. Hopeful that heals. We're not using a lot of them, but we do have a lot of just, like, random dot removals, which is good, and heals. Those are all going to be things that help us with the longevity of this fight. This is, Act 4 is, I'm sure many of you know, probably the fight that I dislike the most out of all the final boss fights, as far as just thinking that it is fairly unfair at times, but you can counter it, you can beat it, I promise you can. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So, we'll have to see how that all pans out. We just have to make it through a Deacon and a Cardinal, easy day. I'm glad there's no more Mountain Exemplar. That's another old school thing. Used to be 2 exemplars every run. One before the mountain, at the, like where you normally get it, and one the first fight on the mountain, exemplar. Every time. I hated it. It made runs so I can't believe how many runs I've won with double exemplar, man. Because it was a lot. It was there for quite some time. You know, like really, this is the thing that we're going for, double exemplar. Yeah, we got that hit on all of them. There you go. A little bit of vulnerable just to keep things spicy there. We don't want stress getting up too high, obviously, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Try to blind this guy. Blind is our friend. We're going to be using it a lot. We definitely want to kill the guy in the back here. Oh my goodness. We're getting a lot of dot resist today. It has not been an enjoyable experience, you know? So I used my one cuss. I used my one YouTube cuss. Dang it. I definitely swear a lot less when I'm not streaming, so I know that might also appeal to more people. Is like, oh, he's not cussing all the time. Yeah. Yeah, that's only just enough for it to zero out, so I want to kill it. Yeah, there we go. So I wonder if anybody wants to take the time to go through the whole run and count how much stress we have resisted throughout this run because of Orphan Wolf Cub. I'll pin that comment and give you some kudos. I don't think anybody is crazy enough to do that, but if you wanted to, I would love to know just how much we have salvaged, how much we've been able to stop dealing with because of that that trinket or that pet. There's another 2 stress that we resist. You see, like, it does add up. You don't really notice it because you only notice when you do get stressed, not when you don't get stressed, generally. All right. Okay. Hopefully Cardinal is just as clean. It always is. Cardinal fights, man. The bane of my existence. I can get through double exemplar just fine, but Cardinal fights? Oof. Alright, I think we used some combat items there, so... And there we go. Yeah, sure. Speed and crit, we'll take it. Don't really know why. I mean, I guess that's just that's a unique one just to give him kind of that, like, start off with a big old finale kind of deal. Okay. Hey, we resisted pretty much every part of that, so I'll take that. All that for nothing. It is going to be very hard to kill these two before they are able to exult. We can definitely try, but it ain't gonna be easy. The amount of bleeding that I have going on right now, it's not a great sign. God damn. I use Purge on these guys so often because like disrupting them is so potently powerful. It does not work. I feel like Evangelists are just completely immune to Purge.
Your violence.
Ugh.
Apply it judiciously.
Okay. Another amorous proc act out. Oof. An interesting one, to say the least. Yeah, they're both done, which is great. Okay.
This wound, at least, has been tended to. A steady subtraction.
Cardinal fights are never as clean. Trying to keep him blinded. Keep the taunt up. Resisted all of the dots. I will take that. Solemnity here.
An interminable conflict.
There's like really no point in doing any damage there, because like I said, unless you can hit them to death's door before the dot procs, it like doesn't, you know, doesn't realistically do much for you, but that's okay. Alright. I mean, all things considered, that was a pretty good fight. Just Cardinals stress me out, man. I've had enough runs like die last minute to Cardinals. It's like, oh my goodness. Alright. Healing items, bandages, over 1 laudanum, and sure, fish nets. I don't know. Oh, we wanted to swap out an ability, right? Or is that gonna happen later? Oh, as a trinket. We wanted to swap out a trinket, right? Alright, there we go. Wanted to make everybody bleed immune, except Baldwin. Baldwin's just kind of chilling with like, I'm here. I'm gonna bleed me. Bleed me. So we don't have great token mitigation, so we're gonna get hit with some of the heavy hitting abilities and whatnot. I definitely wish we could have got his move resist up, because, you know, if he gets crit into the back, we're definitely gonna bash like immediately, and hopefully he sticks up there. Or clenching claws procs immediately would also be really cool. Hey, there we go. We love that. That's good for us. And then we're just gonna, you know, lean into getting some dots, some blinds if we can. Yep, that's big. Cash. First phase is always pretty easy. Especially with a dot dealer, first phase kind of just flies by. Of course, doesn't help getting hit for like 8 bajillion damage, but... Okay, so this guy's at... So I want to save my heals, right? So, like, I'm not gonna... And maybe a pass heal was the better option there. I'm unsure. Sure, this is fine. We want to keep him, you know, that's a heal that we have access to for the rest of the fight. So let's use it now. Let's get everybody topped off as best we can before phase 2. Before the dodges start. Okay. Resist on the bleed, thank you. The dots are going to be hard to stick. So, hitting through dodges is nice. Definitely take those. Oh, we're immobilized in the back, which is not great for us. Resists, those are great. I use that way too often. I keep thinking it does something to every negative token. It doesn't. In fact, it just did damage there for... If I died by that amount of damage now, I'd be so upset. blinds are absolutely doing the work for us right now. Love to see that. Okay. Quite there. Now the fun phase. The part that I just cannot get behind. It's okay.
Slow suffering begins.
Why does it damage anyway?
Unsteady stands
Oh, God.
exhaustion takes hold. The enemy weakens and wanes. This is no time to falter. Malaise, measured and steady. A calculated generosity, but a welcome one nonetheless.
Ugh. This game, man. This fight. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It is so tough. Hey, still gets the riposte, but you know what? That's okay. Keep him blinded.
Teetering on that terrible precipice.
At least he's not getting like a crazy amount of heals right now, which is very helpful for us. We're getting so lucky with these Death Door checks.
Dragged back from the brink.
Just keeping that blind down, or that bleed down. We don't get hit by a giant last gasp. Still hits us to Death Door anyway. But hey, stress resist. Stress resist doing good work here. Hey. Alright, I think technically we win, right? It's at 2 turns of 4 damage. Yeah, we've got it. We won. G freaking G. Oh man. I will say that boss feels like that last phase is one of the few bosses in the game. Oh wait, it healed itself.
By accumulation.
I gotta clip that moment. Oh wait, it healed itself.
Relief
So it's
comes
not over.
savor
Now it's over. Okay, I gotta say, that last phase, like I was saying before, is so rudely interrupted by getting random heals off combos,
everything you
is
want.
probably the most, like, I don't know, gut-wrenching last phase of any of the bosses, where it just feels like
The shadows
a
of
race.
death
And that's a good
exalted.
thing, I guess. Like, I know that that's kind of what they were going for, is it just feels like, I gotta, you know, you can't survive it for very long. It's not made to be lasted through, like, you have to kill it. But yeah, that was a pretty good run. I was That was enjoyable. That wasn't any crazy strategies, but it was good to run another Poet Leper. It's been quite a while since I've run that. Tried to kind of take advantage of those bleeds as best as possible. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below of your favorite part, and give me some suggestions for teams. I'd really appreciate it. But thank you all for watching. I will catch you all in the next one. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.